Welcome back, my dudes. We're back again, Boulder Co. Hamilton. It's gonna be a fun session. I'm determined to go hard today, but let me warm up first, and then I'll see which ones I go. I have a few ones I definitely want to do, where I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get them done today, and yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun session, even though I have a slight cold, so let's see how that affects me, but let's get into it. Okay, I'm done with the normal warm-up. Let's get to the warm-up climbs. Much want to stuck to mostly this wall for now. So, gonna do the both 2s, then I'm gonna do the 3, the 4, the 5, and the 6. And then I'll see where I continue. Really depends on how I feel, but depending on how they work out, I definitely want to go for some 7s today as well. Definitely need to get that higher number in now.
As usual, I just start off with some of the easier boulders just to really drill in the proper technique and nice movement, good foot placement, just the usual stuff. Not going too quick, not rushing through them, just to really warm up to the climbing specific movements. For me, especially for overhang climbs, it's really important to stay focused on the technique and work myself up in the grades, just because I tend to have the bad habit to just try to power through climbs, and it's way nicer if you actually focus on the technique. You realize so many overhang climbs immediately get easier. And as soon as I get into harder grades, I really try to focus into reading the climb properly and really trying to have everything planned out from the get-go on how to properly move up the climb. And I'm getting better at it. I still struggle with it quite a lot, especially with harder climbs that I really need time on the wall to figure it out. But I would say everything up to V3, V4, I'm getting really consistent in how I'm reading the climb.
Good start to the session, man. Absolutely. Nice. Let's get to the blue 5.
And from here on, we start to get into the harder climb territory of this session. And this 5 looks way nicer than it actually is. It has a tiny crimp down there, slipped off the foot there. I luckily already knew the beta, still kind of missed that hold, but it's a nice jog. But if you know the beta, the climb isn't too hard, so still a nice 5 in the overhang.
Now we're going back to the 6 that I already tried last time, and I'm pretty sure I can get that one, so let's get it done.
Yeah, this 6, a lot of fun, really crimpy holds in the starting section. So I really try to move quick. I know the holds, nothing too bad, but that dynamic movement to that hold, if you don't hit it, you're off the wall. There's no way to holding on, but getting there isn't too bad for me anymore. This time I'm getting the left and the right foot up, being a little bit closer, actually hitting the hold, and then the rest from there isn't too bad. It's a nice hold there as well, but then the second to last crimp is basically non-existent for me. So I switched the hands and just bumped up. And by getting this 6, I just felt like I had such a strong start into the session.
Second to last hold. Such a tiny crimp. That one didn't help me at all. Easier to just bump over to that massive jog.
Then I went over to this 7 because it looks way more physical than technical. It has one dual text foothold that you can't see down low, but it's not that bad. And because I saw the beta for the start, kind of cruised through that one, wasn't too bad. But the ending region looks so simple, but then it's so much harder than you expect. You press yourself up, get that high foot, but then everything either is too spread out or too cramped that it feels nice. So I was really just trying to get a nice position where I can press myself up, because the ending hold isn't a hold, it's just an orange spot on the wall, and the overhang you get into just tries to bump you out when you try to go higher. So I struggled just with trying to find a somewhat comfortable position up there, which I in the end didn't find on this try. I was really consistent with the starting section of the boulder, but for me I was really just trying to find a nice way to get my body weight up there. I then tried to lock myself in with the knee, but I was so high up that the overhang just pushed me out as soon as I let my hand go. Then on the next attempt, I got into the same position and I thought there needs to be a way. So I got the idea of just having that heavy right drop knee get as low as I can. So, and really felt how I was pressing into it and finally managed to do the move.
Yeah, really just need to drop in low on that right knee. Let's go. Yeah, I'm proud I got that 7. First 7 in this gym. Nice on that. And they made one of the walls new here, so let's see what that one has to offer. There's pretty crimpy 5 that looks interesting that we're gonna do first.
And crimpy it was, but overall actually not too bad, because the first foothold feels so nice. You got a lot of nice side pulls, so basically my style. I really liked it. You have that nice little Gaston in the middle, that's not too bad. Then you need that really high left foot, because the other one really doesn't feel nice. And then I just made the mistake of putting my right foot too low, couldn't hold myself. But pretty much cruised through it the second time, just because I knew I need to change my foot the next time.
Just need to get the foot one step higher. Nice. Just saw the yellow question mark. Always a fan of mystery boulders, so let's go for that one.
As Past Me just said, big fan of question mark boulders because you never really know what to expect. But I tend to think they're harder than they look like, and if they look hard, they're easier. I was wrong on that one. I expected it to be way easier than it ended up being. Really physical middle section. So I actually struggled on it a bit, but managed to do it on the second try. Looking back, I definitely could have put my feet differently to make that last move sequence easier, but I still managed to do it.
was some really powerful moves there in the middle that I didn't expect to be this hard. That's a pretty good question mark. That was fun. Probably B4, B5, but really nice. Okay, so there's this 8 here that I want to try. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it because just the start already looks kind of hard, but I think it's going to be fun trying to figure it out. So it's here on this kind of slab wall, goes up there. I think it's probably like leaning on here, going over, and then trying to stand up to get to the crimp, but I'll see. It definitely doesn't seem easy at all, but that would be a crazy accomplishment today to even get my first 8 here, which basically would almost be my goal for this year, but I'll see.
And now welcome to the big struggle of this session and trying to figure out that starting sequence. Actually didn't have a bad idea at the start.
Might work.
I really struggled with my body positioning because I didn't really know how to turn on there and just couldn't find a way to properly hold myself and feel stable. Everything was just kicking me out. Every time I tried to turn, I would slip out, and even trying to go to the other side felt nice until you try to stand up and slip out. I then got the idea to maybe try dynamically and quickly stand up.
Let's see if doing it quick is the trick.
And in fact, doing it quick didn't do the trick. I tried it multiple different ways and just kept on failing. And yeah, dynamically definitely wasn't the goal for me. Try to find different ways of doing it statically again, and I found multiple ways on how to kind of get up, but nothing of it ever brought me into a position where I could actually go higher to that crimp, until I resorted back to my initial technique and just tried to bump myself up backwards.
Go. Just need the right amount of power to hold on there.
I tried it multiple times. Getting into a position wasn't the problem anymore. The problem was having the right amount of power, the right trajectory. It's just really hard to hit that move when you're that weirdly cramped in backwards.
It's not much missing, it's so close. Come on. This try, guys. Come on. I got the starting sequence nicely now.
I then had a really good try where I actually caught the crimp but span out.
I need to switch my feet, but I can hold on to that. Come on, let's get this. I'm already proud if I just stick that crimp, but to be honest, the rest doesn't seem too bad, so I'll see.
I'll be honest with you guys, I failed like 100 more times and I just knew something needed to change. I won't stick it that way.
Okay. I just got a new idea on how to do the start. I rested a little bit. Let's see if that works. But I'm starting to feel that the power is getting less and less. It's gonna be some of the last few tries, but I'm already proud on that I can work stuff out on an 8.
I knew I needed to find a way to get a different angle towards the hold, so I got the idea for this heavy right drop knee just to get my left foot on differently and standing up straight to it and having the left arm as that side pull, which actually felt really nice. and that became my main used beta. Even though it's awkward to get into that position, as soon as you're in there, it's really nice and you actually get weight on the left foot, which was my mistake in that try. And in that one I just slipped off, wrong foot positioning. But if you actually get all the positioning right, it just feels great. Having that side pull, getting weight on the left foot, don't rely on the right one, and actually caught it. But then I got to the problem. The rest of the climb isn't as easy as I thought. There's a blocked crimp that only has a tiny ledge on the left side of that volume, and I just had the wrong right hand positioning from the get-go and couldn't get up to that crimp and fell down.
Oh, Fuser, let's go. I had to move.
I was really proud getting that. Still had another few tries just to get that starting beta down, but actually couldn't manage to do the move again.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me for today. That's gonna be one for another session. But I'm proud of myself. This was such a good session today. Definitely feeling the progress, especially like just thinking about getting so close to the first 8. I think if I'm going for that one early in the session, that might still be in there. What a great session that was. Like, I'm really happy with how that session was, especially because I thought maybe it's not gonna work out because I have that slight cold, but it didn't really bother me during the session. I had a lot of fun, and I think that was, on average, one of the hardest sessions that I ever had with the grades that I did. I'm really proud of myself, especially how close I actually got to that 8, so close towards the end of the session as well. Because like, when you look at my fingers, they're really falling apart now. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, and it gave me the confidence that I think I can manage to actually get the V8 by the end of the year. So, hope I see you in the next one. Maybe that's already the one. I don't know. But thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me a lot, and it's just a click for you. So I hope I see you in the next one. Bye bye.